The tank that terrified the Allies, the legendary Tiger I. Welcome back to the Weapons and Warfare series where we dive deep into the machines that shaped history. Today, we're talking about one of the most iconic and terrifying tanks of World War II, the Tiger I. This German heavy tank wasn't just a weapon. It was a legend on the battlefield, striking fear into Allied forces with its massive gun and impenetrable armor. If you're a history buff, tank enthusiast, or just love epic war stories, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let's roll into the story of the Tiger I. Picture this, it's 1941, and German forces are pushing deep into the Soviet Union during Operation Barbarossa. But then they encounter something unexpected: the Soviet T-34 and KV-1 tanks. These tanks outclassed Germany's Panzer III and IVs in armor and firepower. Hitler demanded a response, a heavy breakthrough tank that could dominate the Eastern Front. Enter Ferdinand Porsche and Henschel & Son, who competed to design what would become the Panzerkampfwagen 6 Aus V, better known as the Tiger I. Henschel's design won, and production kicked off in August 1942. Over the next 3 years, about 1,350 Tigers were built. Not a huge number, but each one was a game-changer. The first Tigers saw action near Leningrad in September 1942, but early mechanical issues meant they didn't shine right away. By 1943, though, they were roaring into major battles like Kursk, where they proved their worth. Now, let's check out the specs that made the Tiger I a monster. This thing weighed in at a hefty 57 tons. That's like 10 elephants stacked together. It was powered by a Maybach HL230P 45 V12 engine pumping out 700 horsepower, giving it a top speed of about 28 miles per hour on roads, though off-road it slowed to 12 to 15 miles per hour due to its weight. That legendary 88mm KWK 36L56 gun. Originally an anti-aircraft cannon, it could punch through 100mm of armor at over 1,000 meters, way better than most Allied tanks at the time. The Tiger carried up to 92 rounds for the main gun, plus two 7.92mm MG-34 machine guns for anti-infantry work. Armor-wise, it was a fortress up to 120mm thick on the front hull and turret, slightly sloped for better deflection. The sides and rear were 80mm, still tough. Crew of 5, commander, gunner, loader, driver, and radio operator. But all that power came at a cost. It guzzled fuel and was prone to breakdowns, especially its interleaved road wheels, which could get clogged with mud or snow. The Tiger I wasn't just specs on paper. It was a terror in combat. In the Battle of Kursk in 1943, Tigers racked up insane kill ratios, with some accounts of single tanks taking out dozens of enemies before being stopped. Legendary commanders like Michael Wittmann used Tigers to devastating effect, like in Villers-Bocage during the Normandy invasion in 1944, where one Tiger ambushed and destroyed an entire British column. Allies nicknamed it the Tiger for good reason. Its gun could knock out a Sherman tank from 2 kilometers away, while Sherman struggled to penetrate its front armor even up close. But it wasn't invincible. Side shots from anti-tank guns, airstrikes, or overwhelming numbers could take it down. Plus, its weight made it a nightmare on bridges and soft ground. Many were abandoned due to mechanical failures rather than enemy fire. Its strengths: unmatched firepower and protection for its era. It boosted German morale and forced Allies to develop new tactics and tanks like the Firefly Sherman or Pershing. But weaknesses galore. It was expensive, costing twice as much as a Panther tank, and complex to build and maintain. Fuel consumption was brutal, limiting its range to about 120 miles. Transmission failures were common, and recovering a broken-down 57-ton tank, good luck. By late war, Tigers were outnumbered and outmaneuvered by faster, more reliable Allied designs. Today, the Tiger I lives on as a World War II icon. Only a handful survive in museums, like Tiger 131 at the Tank Museum in the UK, the only running one in the world. The Tiger's 88mm gun inspired anti-tank weapons for decades. Did you know, early Tigers had a fording kit to cross rivers up to 13 feet deep? And despite the hype, more Tigers were lost to breakdowns or abandonment than direct combat. And that's the roar of the Tiger I, a tank that defined armored warfare. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe for more history and tech breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment. What's your favorite World War II tank, and why? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.